Creating online courses requires time and money. When I sit down to design a course, I walk through a process that's basically a series of business decisions. I start with a SWOT analysis, add in some Porter's 5 forces, and shazam, a profitable online class appears out of nowhere. Anybody else walking through this process would probably think it is a total waste of time to create courses that do not have buzzwords like deep learning, AI, or blockchain. Let me tell you why those people are wrong, and how you can profit from so much wrongness. Big data is hot. Nobody can deny it. But it is more accurate to say that big data skills are hot. The job market for big data skills is not so hot. I hate anecdotal evidence just as much as the next guy, but this opinion is based on scanning over 40,000 job announcements over a 7-year period. What I learned from that is for every 100 data-related job announcements in the U.S., 1 of them will require a big data skill set. But you don't need to be constantly reading job ads like a freelancer to know this. It is actually quite intuitive. Most companies do not have big data. Unless they are working at web scale or have a large customer base and have been around for decades, in all likelihood, a U.S. company picked at random will not have big data. New non-internet companies are being created all the time, and they are not going to have big data being so new. The number of smaller businesses out there far outweigh the Facebooks of the world. What that means is you have a much higher chance of getting hired for medium data skills than big data skills. Now, don't get me wrong, you can have both. But I'm here to tell you that I have made quite a bit of money doing things that are just not that hard. And the reason for that is, most companies need people that can do the basics. Executives really enjoy using buzzwords, and I totally get it. When it seems like your peers at other companies are doing amazing things with data, you want to catch up. The problem is, executives want to do all these cool, complex things, but their business unit has challenges agreeing on the proper calculation of key performance indicators. I've spent 2 years of my life in hardcore math and stats training. Do you know what quantitative skill I use the most? Addition. Kid you not. Adding things up in organizations is very hard to do. That is why I decided to create medium data courses. I know these skills are just as much, if not more, in demand than sexy data science jobs, because you can't dunk without first learning to dribble. So, what is medium data? First of all, it is my word. I have trademarked it, and if you use it without permission, you will be getting a call from my lawyer. Medium data can be characterized first and foremost as being not big data. If you think about it in terms of the 3 V's, volume, velocity, and variety, then medium data is going to have a volume greater than what can fit in a spreadsheet, but not so much that you crash a server trying to load a table. You do not need Hadoop or parallel data warehouse to store medium data. It is happy living on a server with 30 gigs of RAM and a terabyte hard drive. Velocity. The speed of medium data is somewhere between a glacier and 2/3 the speed of light. Medium data is usually not spewing from a fire hose in real time. You can batch process it without a problem. Variety. Medium data is super homogeneous, really clean, structured, and fits happily into an old-school relational database. It is the mayonnaise of data, if you will, and it requires nothing special to process properly. What I just described is the data situation in most firms. While I am completely capable of building sophisticated solutions, at the end of the day, my personal experience has been that simpler skills are in higher demand due to the ubiquitous medium data problems. So, here's the deal. You have the same 168 hours per week that I do. Every single week, you have to make decisions about how you're going to spend those 168 hours. You also have money that you need to decide what to do with. If you asked me, I would tell you that you are going to see a higher return on your time and money learning how to move data around an organization than you will learning about the next hot buzzword coming out of Silicon Valley. Let's talk about how to get the course material.